You are bleeding money right now. And the worst part is, you have absolutely no idea it is happening. Not a little money. Not pocket change. We are talking hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars every single year, quietly vanishing from your bank account while you sleep, while you work, while you live your life completely unaware. And the system doing it to you was designed specifically to be invisible. It was engineered by some of the smartest financial minds on the planet to make sure you never notice, never question it, and never stop it. This is not about being irresponsible with money. This is not about being bad at budgeting. The people this happens to are smart people, hard-working people, people who pay their bills on time, who think they have a handle on their finances. And yet, month after month, the drain continues. There is actually a way to stop all of this completely, and we have a program linked down below in the video description that has already helped thousands of people take back control of their money in ways they never thought possible. But do not jump down there just yet, because if you leave now without understanding what you are truly up against, you will go right back to doing what you have always done, and nothing will change. So stay with me, because what you are about to learn is going to fundamentally shift how you see your finances forever. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you are standing in a room with a very slow, very small leak in the ceiling. Just a drip, barely noticeable. You look up, you see it, you grab a small bucket, and you think, that is fine, it is just a drip. So you go on with your day, you go to work, you come home exhausted. You eat dinner, you watch something to decompress. You go to bed, and the next morning, you do it all again. And that drip? Still dripping. You have gotten so used to it that you stop even seeing it. A week passes, a month, a year, and then one day you look up and the ceiling is rotting through. The damage is everywhere, and you are standing there thinking, how did I let this happen? That is exactly what subscription creep does to your finances. Exactly. Think about the last time you actually sat down and looked at every single recurring charge on your bank account. Really looked. Not just a quick scroll, a genuine, thorough examination of where your money goes automatically every single month. If you are like most people, it has been a while. Maybe it has never happened. And that is not a judgment, that is simply the reality that the subscription industry has spent billions of dollars creating for you. Here is what is happening behind the scenes. Companies that operate on subscription models make the majority of their profit not from enthusiastic, engaged customers. They make it from forgotten subscribers. The person who signed up 18 months ago for a free trial forgot to cancel and has been paying full price ever since. The person who uses a service once or twice and then forgets it exists but still gets charged every 30 days like clockwork. Studies from financial research groups have found that the average person underestimates their monthly subscription spending by over 80%. 80%. That means if you think you are spending $50 a month on subscriptions, you are probably spending closer to 90 or 100 every single month. Now multiply that over a year. Now multiply that over 5 years. The number that comes out the other end is genuinely shocking, and it explains why so many people feel like they are working so hard but never seem to get ahead. The money is there. It is just being silently rerouted before you ever even notice it is gone. And here is the part that is going to make your stomach drop. These companies know exactly what they are doing. This is not an accident. There is an entire field of behavioral psychology dedicated to subscription retention. They study the exact moment people are most likely to cancel, and they build barriers around that moment. They make the cancellation process confusing. They hide it behind multiple menus. They offer you a pause instead of a cancel. They send you a guilt email talking about everything you will lose. They give you a discounted month to keep you in. They do everything in their power to keep your card on file because they know that as long as your card is on file, the charges continue. And your life is busy. Your attention is pulled in 40 directions, and they are counting on exactly that. Let that sink in for a moment. These are not random oversights. This is strategy. This is architecture. And you are living inside it right now. Now I want you to think about something deeply personal for a second. Think about the last thing you really wanted but told yourself you could not afford. Maybe it was a vacation you kept putting off. Maybe it was a course or a book or an experience that would have genuinely changed something for you. Maybe it was something practical, a new piece of equipment, a repair you kept delaying, something that would have made your daily life measurably better. And you said no to yourself. You made a sacrifice. You decided it was not the right time financially, but here is the brutal truth. There is a real chance the money for that thing was already leaving your account, just not going to you, going to a service you forgot about, going to a platform you used 3 times, going to a renewal you never consented to in any meaningful way. You said no to yourself while saying yes to a company that did not earn it. That feeling right now, that slight tightening in your chest, that is your money telling you something important. People who have gone through the process of auditing their subscriptions, really sitting down with a fine-tooth comb and examining every charge, report finding things that genuinely leave them speechless. Not one forgotten subscription. Not 2. Multiple forgotten subscriptions. Charges they do not recognize. Services they thought they canceled years ago. Annual renewals that hit once a year, making them hard to remember and easy to miss. Premium tier upgrades that happened automatically when a trial ended. The average person who goes through this process finds hundreds of dollars per year in charges they can immediately eliminate with zero impact on their quality of life. Zero, because they were not using those services anyway. That is not savings through sacrifice. That is not cutting back on things you love. That is recovering money that was already yours, money that was already gone before you had any say in the matter. And this is where the real transformation begins. People who take control of their subscription spending do not just get money back. They get something much more valuable. They get clarity. For the first time in years, they actually know where their money is going. They have visibility, and visibility is power. When you can see every dollar, you can make real decisions. You can direct your money toward things that actually matter to you. You stop being passive and you become intentional. And that shift, from passive to intentional, is the shift that changes everything financially. We are talking about people who went from feeling perpetually broke despite earning decent incomes to genuinely building financial breathing room for the first time in years. Not because they got a raise, not because they made some risky investment, simply because they stopped the invisible drain and redirected that money deliberately. Hundreds of dollars a month that were previously evaporating suddenly became savings, became experiences, became peace of mind. Peace of mind. Let us talk about that for a second because it is wildly underestimated. There is a very specific kind of low-grade anxiety that comes with financial uncertainty. It is not panic. It is not a crisis. It is just a constant, quiet hum of unease that sits in the background of everything you do. You are at dinner, and it is there. You are trying to sleep, and it is there. You are trying to enjoy a weekend, and it is there. It whispers things like, should you really be spending this? What if something comes up? Are you actually okay? And you have gotten so used to it that you barely notice it anymore. It is just part of life. But imagine that hum going quiet. Imagine knowing, with absolute certainty, exactly where your money is, what it is doing, and that it is working for you. That quiet is worth more than almost any dollar amount you could put on it. The cost of not taking action here is not just financial, it is emotional, it is the stress you carry, it is the clarity you lack, it is the confidence you do not feel when making financial decisions, and it compounds just like the charges themselves. Now here is what I want you to understand about most people who learn this information. They nod along, they feel the urgency in the moment, they think, yes, I need to do this, and then they get to the end of the video, they close the tab, and nothing changes. Not because they do not care, not because they are lazy, but because taking that first step alone, without structure, without a clear system, is genuinely difficult. And difficult things get postponed. And postponed things turn into never. The good news is that you do not have to figure this out on your own. The program linked down below in the video description exists precisely for this reason. It gives you the system, the structure, and the clarity to stop guessing and start knowing. People who use it do not just find a couple of forgotten subscriptions. They fundamentally overhaul the way their money flows. They stop being a passive participant in their own financial life, and they become the one in control. Now, I am going to be completely honest with you about something. This program is not for everyone. If you are someone who is genuinely comfortable with financial ambiguity, someone who does not mind not knowing exactly where their money is going, someone who is okay with the idea of contributing hundreds or possibly thousands of dollars annually to companies that did not earn it, then this is not for you, truly. Stay where you are. But if something in this video made you feel seen, if there was a moment where you thought this is actually me, then ignoring that feeling is the most expensive thing you could do. The link is right there below this video. The only question is whether today is the day you finally stop the drain, or whether you close this tab and let next month look exactly like every month before it. You already know what doing nothing costs. You have been paying that price for years.